A tape has been unearthed of Donald Trump speaking to paying members of one of his golf clubs shortly after he won last November's election. And in this video, he makes clear that he is going to integrate his businesses with his administration to whatever extent we allow. Let's listen.
So I just want to thank everybody. This has been a success from the day we built it, really a success from the day we built it. You are the special people. You were here before anyone knew it was going to be a success. So this is 10 years. Actually, some of you are here longer than 10 years. I guess this is a 10-year for those here, 10 years or more. Tomorrow we're here and Sunday we're here. We're going to be interviewing everybody. We're Treasury. We're going to be interviewing Secretary of State. We have everybody coming in. And we're going to have, and I don't know if you want to come around, but if you want, it's going to be unbelievable. It's going to be an unbelievable day. So you might want to come along. And it's going to be a nice day tomorrow for golf, Mickey, I hear, right? Like 61, 62 degrees, so it's going to be a nice day. So it'll be fun. You'll see the press in their glory. In fact, we emptied out the entire parking lot because that's how many cameras. So you may want to come around. It'll be a lot of fun.
Oh, good. Well, I'm glad that the staffing of our government, which we know he didn't do a good job of, perhaps this is a good explanation as to why, because rather than actually buckling down, going to Washington and getting it done, he's doing it amongst all of his paying club members and trying to get in a round of golf. Maybe that's why he doesn't have nominees for a number of extremely important and sensitive positions. But in the meantime, for the ones that he did interview, got to make some money off of it. If it can make people more excited about one of your clubs and possibly leak some sensitive information to them at the same time, why the hell not? Makes you a few bucks.
I mean, Hillary Clinton is so crooked. Like, you know how anyone who helps her benefit financially gets favors? Wait, that wasn't Hillary Clinton, though. That was Donald Trump.
Or both, at the very least. How about both?
Yeah, no.
How about that?
No, but look, those criticisms of Hillary Clinton were justified, and those were criticisms that were made on this show on a regular basis, right? But the reason why I bring that up is because one of the biggest arguments against Hillary and in favor of someone like Donald Trump was that, oh, he's not corrupted by the same or the same corruption that Hillary Clinton is dealing with. He's not a career politician. He's the type of person who's going to look out for the little guy. But there he is at this resort where people pay $200,000 a year just to be members.
Well, I'm not sure what the dues are at this particular club, because this is different than Mar-a-Lago, but it is a paid club.
It's a paid club.
And so you can bet that it's not cheap.
So I apologize for not knowing the exact price.
But they are paid members.
But they're paid members. And through that leaked audio, you can tell that he prioritizes certain people over the needs and the wants and the best interests of other people. Which is why it's so much of a problem to have a president who has these types of conflicts of interest. Corruption has been a problem here in the United States for a long time, but with Donald Trump, it's just way more transparent, and now he's almost normalized it. It's crazy.
Yeah, and the thing that really bothers me about this is you add this on to Mar-a-Lago, and you have, if you show the picture, like the guy who holds the nuclear footballs posing for pictures with people, and he's discussing North Korea's nuclear ballistic missile technology in the middle of a bunch of people with cell phones and recording equipment. And he's doing all of this because either he's so averse to actually working and he can't help but go to a golf club or something like that he has to be at Mar-a-Lago, or he just wants people to pay and he wants them to think, if I pay and if I go here, important things will happen. But what's interesting about this form of corruption is that we've seen events like this a lot, and it's always bothered us here at TYT that you'll have a fundraiser where if it's Hillary Clinton or if it's Barack Obama or whoever, they'll fill a room with people who pay thousands of dollars to be there so that they can sit with the president and have the ear of the president or a politician or whoever and try to influence them. And we don't like them using their position for money. But as much as that bothers us, and as much as we back a constitutional amendment to try to change that system, at least on some level, as a human, you can understand that they're trying to get that money so that they can run again and keep their job. But Trump isn't doing that. Trump's doing it just to line his already supposedly rich pockets. It's not like to save his career. He just wants a little bit of money. And so it's not even understandable in terms of job security like the way it normally is in our corrupt system. It's totally unnecessary.
You're right. The excuses that you hear over and over again when it comes to those fundraising efforts is, well, that's just the nature of the beast. That's how our system works. If they don't do the fundraising, they won't get reelected. They need to fund their campaign. And in this case, that's not what's happening. I think as time goes on, and his policies roll out, people who are from a lower socioeconomic status who got conned by him hopefully will realize that he's not looking out for them, right? And so it was a tough election because I feel like we had two candidates who didn't really care to look out for the little guy, right? I think that, you know, you had one candidate who pretended to by saying that he's going to bring back manufacturing jobs. But again, I think that Americans right now are fighting for scraps, right? So manufacturing jobs were really important to a lot of people for decades. But the reality is that it's not immigrants that are coming into the country and stealing your jobs. It's not that all of these jobs are being shipped overseas. What's really happening is a lot of these jobs are now automated. And so what's Trump going to do about that? So I'm curious to see what's going to happen as his policies roll out and people realize, oh, wait, he's actually not helping me economically.
Corporate media is awesome.
Wrong.
Independent media is the way to go.
Believe me. Believe me.
Support independent media right now. Become a Young Turks member. tytnetwork.com/join.